Hey, so I'm gonna sneak away really quick so I can talk to you. If you don't know who I am, I'm Sasha. I am the founder and creator of the Little Miss Millionaires Club, and I mentor individuals on how to get started in the box truck industry using my 6 steps to 6 figures. 6 steps that actually helped me get started. So just to give you a backstory, a boyfriend actually reached out to me and said, hey, I know how we can add another stream of income to our business. And I'm like, okay, what is it? He said, we'll bring in like $1,000 a month. I mean, not a month, $1,000 a week. And so I'm like, all right, well, how do we get started? He was like, I don't know. All I know is I have the company's name. That's all I know. So I'm like, okay, I'm up for the challenge. Like, let's get started. He gave me the company's name, and I called. I hit so many bumps in the roads. Like, it was a challenge, right? It was like, do you really want this or you don't? That was what I was struggling with. It took me like 6 months to get everything going and get my trucks up and running. So I didn't have a me to call on, right? And I just made sure that I documented this process, because I'm like, if this is a successful business, I definitely want to share with others, right? So let's fast forward. It took me 6 months, got the trucks going, and it made over $1,000 a week. I don't even know where he came up with that number. I mean, even on a bad day, like, I don't even know where he came up with that number. It's very good income. It still is to this day, because of course we have more trucks, right? So I wanted to share these 6 steps with you guys so you guys can get started and get this box truck business going. So step 1, the very first thing that I did was create a business entity. Of course, like, we have to create our LLCs and EIN numbers. So it was just like, I know I need to take that step, because this is not my first rodeo of creating a business. So created the business entity. That's going to be step 1. Make sure you create your business entity. Step 2, being that you're tapping into the trucking industry, you need to register your authority, because you have to stay compliant when it comes to the trucking industry. They can shut your authority down and you will be out of business if you don't set that up properly, right? Step 3, the most important thing that actually got my attention was contracts. There's contracts that we can get that's out there that'll keep our trucks running 7 days a week. And I'm like, say less, like, let's sign me up. So we got the contract, and step 3 is search for contracts. Having a contract will give you that sense of security, right? It'll give you that security to walk away from your 9 to 5. So have your contracts. Then step 4, you have your business entity, you have your authorities registered, and then you have your contracts. Now it's time for you to build a team. Go out there and get a successful team, because let me tell you, for me, I started with family and friends first. I did my family and friends first because, like I said, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So we started with family and friends. We started with them, and I'm like, hey, this is something new to us. Let's tap into it, and we need y'all to rock with us. And they was like, all right, we down, so started with family and friends, got the business started, and then eventually, we start hiring outside of family and friends. So you have your step 1, you register your business. Step 2, you have your you register your authority. Step 3, you found your contracts. Step 4, you have your team. You built a successful team. So now it's step 5. Step 5 is researching commercial truck insurance. You definitely want to have insurance. I don't care what what you have going on. Make sure you have some insurance on your trucks, because you don't want to be in a situation where something happens and you're not able to secure yourself with insurance. You don't have insurance to keep your trucks up and running. So make sure you have your truck insurance. Okay, and step six is deciding if you want to buy or rent your trucks. So that was another major thing getting into the business. The first one was, do I have security? And the contracts were my security. And then step 6, decide if you're going to buy or versus renting. So for me, I'm like, well, I don't want to purchase a truck. Like, I don't know how lucrative this business is going to be. So is there another way around that? Like, to my understanding, we can rent trucks. We can go out and rent a box truck. And I'm like, oh, really? That's a game changer. Like, so let's go out and rent us a truck. I think that's another reason why people don't move forward in the trucking industry, is because they don't have the funds to go out and buy a truck. They think that, oh, I have to buy this truck. And to be honest, you don't have to buy a truck. You can actually rent a truck. So getting into this business is the startup cost is very low. The startup cost is low. It's not what you actually think it is. So I just wanted to step away and share my steps with you guys. It's 6 steps to 6 figures, because once you're in this business and you're consistent and you're putting your all into it, you'll reach 6 figures in no time.